What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Cynthia. In today's video, I am going to be trying out and reviewing the new Fenty Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette along with the Pro Filter eyeshadow base and the Flyliner in the shade Cause I'm Black. But before you get started on this review, please make sure to subscribe down below for new videos every single week. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. So when you first open this package, it's like the heavens are singing. It's like, ah! Like the angels have opened the gates, and I see this beautiful assortment of colors. And personally, I feel like the blues really draw my attention, especially this guy right here. So I think this is a color Saffron, and it's just this really pretty velvety type of sheen color. Honestly, I do wish that it was a matte shade so that I would be able to kind of pack it on my bottom lash line. And the next shade that really draws my attention is this one right in the middle here. These are my absolute favorite type of shimmery eyeshadows, and it's just kind of like that perfect champagne-y, oh yeah, see that? The perfect champagne-y eyeshadow color that I like to place on the eyelid for that pop of color. So the concept behind this eyeshadow palette was that it is a palette that you can use to create looks to go from daytime to nighttime glam. And I also love this purple packaging, like the smoke that's coming out. It just seems very seductive in a way, and I love purple. Purple is like one of my favorite colors, so I am actually a lot more excited to try this eyeshadow palette than I thought I was going to be. So yes, I'm going to be doing a little experiment. I'm going to be trying my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre on my right side, and I'm going to be trying the Pro Filter eyeshadow base on my left side and see which base holds up better, because I feel very confident that I'm already in love with this eyeshadow palette based off of the colors. But I wasn't so sure about the eyeshadow base. I am wondering if this is actually going to show up or be truly invisible like the Fenty website claims it is. So we're gonna put it to the test, and let's start with some priming. Alright, so we are going to prime our left eye. Make sure to cover the whole thing. I like to bring that eyeshadow primer, whatever primer I'm using, kind of like all the way out and all the way in. I don't know. My first impression is that it's very liquidy. I wonder if or how it's going to dry, if it's going to dry down at all. So I'm just working it in, patting it. Okay, so I can feel it getting nice and sticky. So I think the eyeshadow primer is setting, but personally, I feel like I kind of like the look of this. I like my eyeshadow primer to even out my eye color. I do have quite a bit of pigmentation around my eye, and that's just hereditary. That isn't anything that I can really change. It's just genes. I do have to say that I feel a little bit self-conscious about the darkness of my eyes and the fact that this eyeshadow base is not covering that up. But yeah, so it's really nice and tacky now. So I am going to start with my first color of the day. So I'm going to start by applying this really beautiful reddish color right here, and I think that this shade is called Evil Genie, and I'm going to apply that in my crease, and I'm going to pretty much pack it on. I feel like there is quite a bit of fallout, more than I was expecting, so I think that that's going to mean that it's going to be really pigmented. So I'm just gonna tap off some of this excess product, and we're just going to pack on this color, work it in to the crease. So I'm going to do the P. Louise technique. I think they call it the pigment dump or something like that, something dump. So you pretty much dump the pigment and then you focus on blending it out, but they usually apply quite a bit of the pigment starting in the crease, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll make sure to put their Instagram down below in the description box, but they are just genius. Like, these UK girls, like, they are doing what I like to call elevated makeup. I think that they are setting the bar, they're setting the standard for makeup. They're the future of makeup, and I love the direction that they're taking. But yeah, if you haven't seen any P. Louise work, you gotta check it out. But anyways, back to the blending. I do feel like this is packing on quite nicely. I don't see any patchiness so far, which is really good. I mean, on the actual packaging, you don't want to go in with too much because there will be quite a bit of fallout. So I'm very lightly dusting this on. That's the only way I can really describe it, is that we are just dusting it on, kind of like a fairy wand. Yeah, so far I am very pleased with this blend. I mean, like, wow. This is going to take some serious blending, but I am just very happy that this is happening. This eyeshadow primer might not be so bad. All right, so to blend this out, I'm going to be using this really slim Sigma E38 blending brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this shade here. I feel like it will blend out the red really nice and seamlessly, and I'm just going to focus on blending out the very edge of this color here in circular motions. Again, just dusting it on. He's pigmented. I feel like I might have packed on too much color right there, but that's okay. We're going to work with it. We're just going to blend until these fingers bleed. Alright, and to blend that color out, I'm going to be using this kind of flat e.l.f. brush. So it has kind of like a slim end to it. And I am going to be using this peachy shade right here to blend out this color, which I just applied on top of the red. And again, it's just very edge. So I'm going to make it kind of like a rustic, blown out type of look. Alright, so I feel like I want to add more of the red in here, so I'm going to go back into that reddish color here. And I feel like all of these colors are blending out super seamlessly, so easily. These eyeshadows are blending in like a Makeup Forever eyeshadow would. This eyeshadow palette is up there with the pros in terms of blendability and pigment, and that is not easy to do at all. These big companies, they've been around for a long time, and they've had time to like perfect their formulas. And if you're a new brand like Fenty and you're killing it with the pigment and the formula of your eyeshadows, you're doing something right. Miss Fenty does not play around. Back to my slim Sigma brush and back to my orangey shade. So I'm bringing the red up a little bit because when I relax my eye, I want you to still be able to see a lot of that red. Alright, so to deepen that color up just a little bit, I'm going to be going into this reddish color up here in hopes that it will deepen this red up just a tad bit. I feel like I want the red to be a little bit more blown out, so I'm just bringing out the tail of my eyeshadow. To blend it down here. Awesome, so now I am going to cut my crease and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and cut my crease using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla, and now it's the big moment where I'm going to take the blue and we are going to pack it on, and I'm so excited for this part. So yeah, she's pigmented. So I'm going to start by applying it right in the center. My life has just been slayed by Miss Fenty, let me tell you. Look at this, like, one swipe. Oh my god. Now is the time where you get excited. Oh my god, look at that. It's like super pigmented. This is insane, honestly. How can they even do this? Yeah, the edges have been snatched. Ooh. Low-key, I feel like it's a little better than what I was expecting it to be, especially on this side. I was like, oh yeah, my soft ochre is going to slay this eyeshadow palette, but the Pro Filter eyeshadow base, yeah, stamp of approval. I was really doubting that base. I tried it on my hand in the store and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be for me because I'm kind of like a die-hard paint pot, soft ochre type of girl. So for me to say that I like a certain eyeshadow base other than my soft ochre, that says something. I kind of want to incorporate this color right over here. I know it's a shimmer, but I'm still going to apply it on the outer corner to just have like a better transition between the blue here and that reddish tone. And also I want to note that the fallout of this palette is really average. It's most definitely not giving me any subculture vibes. I just think it's kind of average. I felt like that one was going to be very powdery. I mean, it kind of is. As you see here, the top of my eyeshadow palette is just powdery. I would most definitely prefer a powdery slash messy palette rather than a palette that doesn't give me any pigment. So I kind of want to make the center of my eyelid just a little bit more vibrant, so I think I want to add a little bit of this like emerald green champagne color on the top. Yeah, look at this. This is going on so nicely. All right, so I am going to apply a little bit of concealer, maybe a little bit more out here, and then with a little bit of my foundation, I'm just going to kind of like mix it in with the concealer there. I'm going to start with the red here, very softly bring it to the bottom lash line. Yeah, see, that was so effortless. Like, I pretty much just did the movement and my shadow just, Fenty's not playing. And I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't know if you noticed, like, no fallout. Absolutely no fallout. Like, that is amazing. I'm going to be blending out the red again with that really pretty burnt orange color. So now that I'm finished with the eye look, I am going to be trying out the Fenty Flyliner, which I got in gratis. And even though it will be my first time trying this on camera, I do have to say that I already tried this. My first impression of it was that it was just so sharp and pigmented and long lasting. I wore this a full, I think it was like 9 hours, and it stayed looking intact, and I got so many compliments on how sharp my eyeliner looked. I think this is better than the Stila liquid eyeliner, and I know that's like a huge statement, but I fully believe deep down that this eyeliner, it did something. It's my new baby. Oh my god, is it not gonna show up? Like my eyeshadow? Just kidding, it's showing up. You just have to work in layers. So as you can see, I still haven't filled it in yet, but it just kind of glided on very easily. But yeah, I like how sharp it is, how sharp this tip is. It's a felt tip. To finish the eye look, I'm going to be applying my Kiss Lashes in Midnight. Alright, so this is the finished look, and I kind of want to add a pop of color right here in the center, and I am probably just going to use this same emerald shade that I used on the eyelid, and I'm going to apply it on the inner corner. Yeah, I love this so much. It just makes the whole eye look kind of come together. Alright, so I went ahead and finished my whole face, and this is what our finished look looks like. I did feel like the blendability on the side that had my soft ochre paint pot blended in perfectly. I had no problems whatsoever. So when it comes down to how successful this launch was, I feel like it was extremely successful. I feel like the pigmentation, blendability of this palette was phenomenal, and it worked hand in hand with the other two eye products, along with the Flyliner and the Pro Filter eyeshadow base. I definitely feel like this palette is worth your money. I love the concept of it, Moroccan spice. It has these vibrant colors. You can go from daytime to nighttime super quick. It's so convenient. I rate the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice eyeshadow palette a 9 out of 10. I rate the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter eyeshadow primer a 9 out of 10. And I rate the Fenty Beauty Flyliner a 9.5 out of 10. And if you feel like these ratings are really high, That's because they are. This just kind of blew my mind. I was not expecting such high quality at all. But again, these products are amazing and most definitely worth your money. I'm going to be keeping all of them, especially this eyeshadow palette. It's definitely joining my eyeshadow palette collection. This baby is staying with me. And that does it for this Fenty Beauty review. If you like this video, please make sure to drop me a like, and also don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week. And like always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me. It truly means a lot, especially if you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.